Hi, Robin Fox from SocialEyes here. Today I want to talk about forming a social emotional learning group in your school or your office. Social emotional learning is so key to our students' happiness and to the feeling of belonging in a school. So I encourage you to follow a few basic suggestions for forming a social emotional learning group and working on the 5 competencies that are so important for their happiness and for the school's climate. The first one is self-awareness, being aware of your own thoughts and behaviors and how they affect other people and how they affect you. And the second one is social awareness, being aware that other people have different perspectives, have different beliefs, and that there are other cultures out there, and having a healthy regard for differences. And then there is relationship skills, being able to have tools and tips to work on your relationships with other people to build successful connections. And then there's self-management, being able to control your emotions so they don't control you. And that is a lifelong process. I'm still learning to do that as I'm learning all of these competencies because it is a continuum. And also the responsible decision making, being aware of the effect of your behaviors and thinking them through before you go ahead and do something that you're going to regret, and making good decisions about your life and about others. So keeping those in mind for your social emotional learning group, because those are the things you want to focus on. And then picking the kids for your group is the probably most important thing to form a successful social emotional learning group. And there are 3 things that I look for, because it's impossible to get kids of this exact same social emotional learning ability in the same group, of the same intellectual ability in the same group. So you want to keep the kids around the same age, because the issues they're going to deal with are common. And then you want to make sure they can do the following 3 things. Sustain joint attention for a short period of time or longer. And also you want them to be able to regulate their emotions. And thirdly, you want them to be able to follow directions and implement directions. So if you can get those 3 things for your students, if that can be the criteria that you use, that will be great for picking the kids who are going to be in your group. We always include neurotypical kids in the group because they give another perspective, and invariably the kids who weren't selected as kids who really need this group, invariably the kids who are the typical peers end up learning so much and becoming so grateful for the opportunity, because everyone experiences emotional difficulties, and everyone, especially kids in school, have to deal with all kinds of behaviors that social emotional learning can give you the tools to be able to handle. So when you're forming your group, you also want to start out by agreeing on the rules. And we brainstorm about what are the important things for us to do when we're sharing social space in this group. And kids come up with great ideas, and then we kind of lead them as well, because we want to make sure they include rules about using technology, about being kind, about taking risks, about having other people's personal information be kept confidential. And we brainstorm for a while, and all the suggestions are accepted, and then we categorize them into a few groups, and we decide, are these the rules of how we want to behave. And when we're done, I create a poster, and I write those rules on the group on the poster, and then everyone in the group signs it, and we display it where everyone can see it, because that's so important for them to learn to self-regulate. So when something goes amiss and somebody is a little out of control in the group in one way or another, instead of the leaders of the group disciplining the kids, it's just a gentle reminder, hey, is that, following the rules that we agreed on? Or, hey, you might want to take a look at the poster to see if you're in alignment with what we agreed on. And then they get the opportunity to correct their behavior. So I have lots of other tools and tips on the website, www.social-eyes.org, and would love you to be part of the community. Sign up for the email list, and you'll get more detailed descriptions of how to start a group and other tips and tools that I hope you use to help to create a climate of belonging in your school. So, bye for now.